Hey guys, uh, just wanted to say hello. I'm back. I've received yet another call from my friends to come on here. Um, this is very important, okay? I would say this is one of the most important broadcasts, that I'm probably going to make because this is something that is really going to help you in your in the process of you letting go of the old version of you that you have been in the past. Um, this message has to do with letting go of being human, okay? Because you yourself are not actually human. You're just having an experience portraying the role of being a human. But you yourself are in a body, okay? Think of it as a vessel. Every time that you see yourself in the mirror, which I'm sure many people do, many people see their reflection in whatever way, whether it's through a mirror, whether it's, through water, reflecting the light on you. You're going to see the reflection of you, the person that, the character that you are playing the part of in your simulation. That person that you see in the mirror every day or whenever you glance at a reflection of yourself, that's not really who you are, okay? That is the character that you are playing in this simulated experience. In your own experience, that's the character that you are playing out, okay? But that's not who you are. When you were unconscious and you were unaware of this simulated reality game that you are in, you did a lot of creating. You created a lot of assumptions. You made a lot of beliefs. You pretty much created a whole belief system when you were unconscious. And a lot of the awakening process, a lot of becoming conscious and becoming self-aware involves the undoing, the untangling of all of that old programming that you picked up on as you were having your experiences when you were unconscious. Okay, and you could just imagine how much is in here when you are starting to wake up, that you have created when you were unconscious. When you were unconscious and you were dormant and unaware of this simulated experience, you were pretty much a slave to your mindset. Okay, because whatever your mind was picking up on when you were unconscious and creating stories and triggers and things like that, you were automatically accepting those things as truth. Okay, that's why when you look around and you see what you see, it's a product of what you bought into automatically. It's an automatic assumption of the things that your mind would feed you based on what you were getting triggered by, and that's what created what you see currently around you. And also your mindset, the way you think about things, your beliefs, some of the traumas that you believe that you have, but you really don't. They were just self-imposed by your old ways of thinking. A lot of people think that they're damaged, that they have traumas, that they have setbacks, that they're imperfect. But truly you're not. The only thing that is just a byproduct of the things that your mind unconsciously was picking up on and you were accepting. Because every time you trigger yourself or you respond to something in a way that you get triggered using your emotions as power, you are creating more of that continuous flow of circumstances that follow that same emotional pattern. Okay, so you did a lot of that when you were in a state of slumber, when you were dormant and you were just going about living your life, having experiences that you didn't like and getting triggered. And then that would create another loop of another experience that matched that at the same emotional level. And then you would get re-triggered. So a lot of the ways you were creating when you were unconscious is by getting triggered and re-triggered and re-triggered. But back then, your mind was not awakened enough to catch on to the patterns that you kept reacting to. And that starts to change when you become aware. You start to notice that your simulated experience works in patterns, okay? And eventually you're going to start to notice what those patterns are. And that's going to be something that's going to really help you, because you're going to start to notice, okay, this is a pattern. This is something that I've done before and that I continue to do, but I haven't been strong enough in the past to stop it, you know, to stop that pattern from recreating itself. But at some point you will reach a state of consciousness where you'll be able to detect that pattern, and you will want to go in there and change it in a way that is more beneficial, especially if it's a pattern that is very toxic, that brings you a lot of pain, a lot of insecurities, you know, just very low grade, very low vibrational emotions. Okay, you're going to want to change that at some point, because you're not going to want to suffer and create that pain, that cycle of pain and suffering over again. You're going to get to a point where you're going to become very tired of your own bullshit. Okay, because I got to that point too. Because when you find out that the only thing that is creating all of your bad experiences, all of the pain, is yourself. Okay, there is no one out here, even though it looks like you're with other people, which is what I've mentioned in previous videos. The illusion of being here with others, it makes it feel very real. And sometimes we can very easily point fingers and want to blame others for the ways that we feel or for the experiences that we have. And sooner or later, you're going to notice that all of this has been created by you. No one has been doing anything to you. It is your stories and your beliefs, you know, that have created other characters to display certain behavior patterns or to treat you a certain way. And the other people that are here, they're not really real. Okay, they're just part of your game. They're kind of like background people. Just imagine for a second when you're watching a movie. Okay, the script has already been played out, you know, has been written out. I'm sorry, is what I meant to say. The script has been written out. You choose the characters, you know, by the casting process, and then you make the movie. Okay, and in the movie there's extras. You're going to see people in the background walking, doing things, and then there's main characters and supporting characters. That's pretty much what this is, you know. So you're in your own personal movie, and sometimes even people refer to it as that you're dreaming. You're in your own private dream, your own personal dream. Whatever it is that you want to call it, you're having a simulated experience of some kind of, at some type of a mental level. Okay, and it's not solid, it's not real. It's all coming from your mind. Your mind is projecting this all out in a big, very technologically advanced screen. You know, like when you go to a movie theater, you see that big screen that reflects back to you the motion picture. Or if you've had those experiences where you go to an IMAX theater, that's very close to what you currently are experiencing in your simulated experience, but at a much more technology advanced level. Okay, let me go ahead, and I got a very huge download this morning, and I've been working on trying to shorten it so I could compact it down so this video won't be like an hour long. Okay, okay, cover that. Okay, at some point you're going to get to a level of consciousness where you're going to learn to detach your mind, okay, your awareness, your consciousness from the physical vessel that you are in, which is your body. And this detachment is going to happen at some point. I cannot give you a specific date when this is going to occur, because everyone's simulation is different, and everyone's simulation has different things in it. Everyone's simulation is not exact. It's not like a fingerprint. Everything is different for everyone. Okay, so what you are experiencing in your simulation is all your own, because you're the only one that's creating your experience. There's no one else there but you. So everything is tailored to yourself. Okay. Another thing that you need to look out for, and they're telling me that this is something that they're urging me to reinforce, and I might touch on this on more videos as I go along. You need to learn to not be so emotionally based. Okay, once you find out that you're only having a human experience, but you yourself are not human, you have to detach from that attachment that you have to emotions. Okay, this is only a human game, so you're playing the role of a human, and along with being this human character that you're playing out, there are emotions and feelings that are attached to this. That's part of the human experience. But at some point, you need to stop giving emotions and feelings too much power, especially when you are in the creative process, because you don't want to give your emotional power to things that are not beneficial to you, to things that are not positive, okay? You want to save the power of emotions and feeling whenever you're creating a scene in your mind, whenever you use your imagination or your focus to create something that is beneficial for you. But do not use your emotions when you're surfing the internet, or you're going to work, or what you know as work, or you're just going out and about running errands and something unpleasant pops up in your experience. Okay, it could be anything, because circumstances will come up at random. Okay, and you will learn how to distinguish between the circumstances, whether they're coming from the new belief system that you are working on, or your old conditioning, your old patterning from the past when you were dormant or unconscious. Okay, and at a future date, I will touch up on how important it is to learn nervous system regulation, but I'm not going to combine this into this video because it will make the video too long and possibly too overwhelming to actually follow and to understand. So I don't want to put in too much things in one message for you, in one transmission. But yeah, you want to start disconnecting from being too attached to your emotions. Use the power of your emotions only when you are having great experiences that make you feel very good, and they create a feeling of peace and pleasantness inside of you. Then use your emotions. But whenever you're having an experience that's not so cool, that's not so pleasant, do not use your power of emotion with those particular experiences, because that's going to cause you to recreate a trigger pattern again. Okay, and this is another video too that I'm going to eventually at a future date make it all about triggers, so that way you understand, and maybe when that video airs out, or that transmission comes out, you will be able to see that video and then go back and see this video and put them together for your own benefit. Okay, nervous system regulation is something that's going to become very powerful and very important for you once you become self-aware. Okay, because your 3D body, which is the vessel that you're in my case, this is my body, right? This is the character that you see reflected back to you when you see my videos, when you visit my channel. This is the character that I'm playing. You are going to want to basically detach, from being actually or thinking that you actually are human. Okay, I know that sounds weird right now, and it may take you might want to come back and revisit this video, because you're always growing. Your mind is always expanding, and you're always leveling up. Even when you don't realize it, you are leveling up. So this video may not be understood by too many people, but there's some people out there that will understand this message. Otherwise, I would have not received the guidance to put this video out, because there's people out there who already have reached this level of consciousness on their journey, and they will understand the things that I'm talking about right now. Okay, give me just 1 second. I'm going through the download here, making sure that I cover as much as I can. Yeah, emotions are another thing that was part of the download that I received, is that emotions, like I mentioned before, they are very, very important in the creation process. What I mean by the creation process is when you are creating future experiences or future things to happen in your simulation, by the way of your imagination, by the way of your focus, by the way of desire, focus, imagination. All of these things work together to create experiences in your simulation. Okay. And emotions are very powerful. Every time that you feel an emotion, you give off a charge. And that charge is, how do I say this? It is detected by the simulation that you're in. And every time that you give off an emotional charge, what that means to this simulated game is that you want more of this. Okay, it's like a green light to the simulation to recreate more of whatever you got triggered by or gave off an emotional charge to. This is why just a few minutes ago I kind of touched on making sure that you only use the power of your emotions to create things that are positive, or only responding or reacting to things that make you happy and make you feel joy inside of you. Okay. Okay. That seems to be what covers it. At a future point in time, I will be broadcasting transmissions regarding triggers and regarding the power of emotions and how they could be used. And I just wanted to kind of sprinkle and put some of these things in here in this video to give you like a little bit of a preview for the ones that are coming up. Okay, but anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming by to my channel and taking a look and playing my video. I hope that whatever I may have spoke about today, something in there could be of benefit for you on your journey to awakening and becoming a better version of yourself. Okay, have a great time. I hope you have an amazing week. Always remember that you are in a simulated reality. So you're going to start to look around and look at things a little bit differently and be more mindful of what you react to if anything unusual comes up in your simulation as a circumstance. Okay? Take care, and I will see you again very soon. All right? Thank you. Bye-bye.